Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse 14. Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. In the last verse, Bhagwan Krishna said, with hands, feet, mouths, and eyes everywhere, he exists in the world, pervading all. He is capital E, H-E, capital. He exists in the world, pervading all. Verse 14. Sarvendriya guna basam Sarvendriya vivarjitam Asaktam sarva bhritchaiva Nirgunam guna bhoktrucha. Sarvendriya guna basam. Bhagavan says, all the organs of perception, sarva indriya, all the organs of actions, mind and intellect, everything put together. All these instruments perform different functions. Eyes can only see, ears can only hear, mouth can only taste. It performs two functions. Of course, it can speak also. Every organ has its own beauty. But even if all the organs are present, a dead man cannot do anything. He has all the organs of perception and actions. He has got a mind also. Unfortunately, if those organs are not illumined by the self, by the presence of the self, they cannot do anything on their own. It is all a waste. What is that light that illumines all these instruments? Sarvendriya guna bhasa. That is self. In every expression of the ears, eyes, hands, and legs, the self shines through them. That is Sarvendriya guna bhasa. Immediately Bhagavan says, Sarvendriya guna vivarjitam. That is, even though the self illumines all these instruments, it is free from all of them. It looks as if the self is possessing all the organs of perception, actions, mind, and intellect. Looks, it appears. All these equipments are perishable, whereas self is eternal. The equipments may perish, but self is eternal and changeless. The example given here is crystal. Crystal is white in color. We all of us know. The crystal changes its color according to the color of the cloth or any object that is placed near it. If it is a blue object, then blue color. Red object, crystal appears as red crystal. Green object, crystal appears as green colored crystal. But crystal itself, it is not possessing any color. It is colorless. Similarly, even though the self appears to possess all these organs of action, perceptions, mind and intellect, etc., it is sarvendriya guna vivarjitam. It is not attached to it. Then asaktam. All the planets, stars, earth, all other things remain in space. We have n number of doubts on any other thing. But this we will not have any doubt. Everything remains in space. Earth, stars, everything, planets. But what is the connection of space with all the planets, stars and earth, etc.? Nothing. It is unconnected. Even though everything remains in space, space is unconnected with anything. It just remains. Similarly, everything happens in the presence of the self, but self is unconnected with everything. Whatever happens, self just remains. Like an electricity which touches all the bulbs, air conditioners, everything, whatever you have, heater, maybe geyser, everything, fan, everything by its touch, It makes everything work. As it is, electricity is unattached with anything. Asaktam. Then Bhagavan says, Sarva Brichaiva. That is, space supports everything. This is the example I can think of. Without space, nothing can exist. Similarly, pure consciousness supports everything. Without it, nothing can remain. Even space remains in pure consciousness. That is the thing. So everything is supported by Brahma itself. Sarva Brichaiva. Then Nirguna. It is Nirgunam. We all know the entire world of living beings is governed by the Maya Shakti of Bhagavan. We are all controlled by Maya Shakti. Bhagavan is away from Maya Shakti. Maya Shakti is in the hands of Bhagavan. This Maya Shakti is what? It consists of three gunas. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Sattva is clean, peace of mind, peace. Rajas is full of action. Tamas is dullness. We all are governed by these three. The proportion may vary. The proportion of it may vary even for a single person on a single day, on different times. For example, morning we may be reading Bhagavad Gita, prayer, etc. Afternoon full of action, going to office, doing everything. Night we become dull. So on a single day also, according to our vasanas, we all possess all these three gunas. All the three gunas we are experiencing because of what? Naturally, because of the presence of self. But self by itself, it is nirguna. It only enlivens those gunas and it does not possess any of these gunas. Nirguna. Then guna bhoktracha. Even though self is unattached with anything, because of the delusory projections upon it, all these projections, organs of perception, mind, intellect, etc., it appears to be experiencing the joys and sorrows of life. In reality, it is not the experiencer, but it appears to be experiencing all the joys and sorrows of life. That is guna bhoktrucha. In this verse, self is described as beyond the sense organs, mind and intellect, detached from everything and has no relation to the various gunas. That is one statement. Opposite of this, but the same self, conditioned by the sense organs, looks as though possessing them all and appears as though it is sustainer of them and expresses as though it is the experience of all the gunas. This is what Swami Chinmayananda in his concluding paragraph says this. So I will repeat this portion alone. Self is described as beyond the sense organs, mind and intellect, detached from everything and has no relation to the various gunas. This is the first statement. The opposite of it is the same self, conditioned by the sense organs, looks as though possessing them all and appears as though it is a sustainer of them and expresses as though it is the experience of all the gunas. That is what this verse says. Again, verse 14. Sarvendriya guna basam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarva bhritchaiva nirgunam guna bhoktrucham. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Arihom sarvam krishnarpnamastu. Narayana 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 நாராயண 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 நாராயண